It's going to take a few minutes, a few seconds, a little time to just warm my fingers on my coffee cup. And we'll see if anybody else pops in a few. Mm. Oh, there's nothing like that sip of coffee, that first sip out of a fresh cup. Mm, 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 mm. Well, yesterday I headed over to Philadelphia to my youngest sister, Jackie's house. And my other sister Nancy joined us, and we have a very good friend named Joyce who is really like a sister to us. So the four of us sisters had a movie day, well, movie afternoon. So we just chatted and goofed around, and we watched Persuasion, which was very good. And then we were trying to decide on a second movie, and we all agreed on The Main Event with Ryan O'Neal and hey, there's Pam. Pam, I'm going to show the goodies you sent. Pam, are you on your holiday with your hubby, or are you back, or what's the story, girl? The Main Event with Barbara Streisand and um, Ryan O'Neal, one of our old time favorites. Angie says she's been crafting this morning, making something new. Cool, Ange. Hey, there's Gail. Good morning, Gail. Welcome, welcome to everybody you see coming in. Plenty of seats, plenty of seats. Come on in. So Pam is in Texas. She just finished breakfast and she's relaxing. Wonderful. There's Tina. Hi, Tina. Sharon. Good morning, Sharon. Well, I don't know where Sharon is. It might not be morning. Good day. Good day. So some of you realize that I was on a bead making binge. There's Kathy. Hi, Kathy. A bead making binge. And I think it's really all in the cut. There with Barbara. Hi, Barbara. She's here for a short bit and then she's off for her waddle. 24 Fahrenheit. Yippee! And I had my husband helping me cut I'm so dense when it comes to really anything related to a number. I mean, I can remember as a kid sitting at the kitchen, well, it was our dining room table, and my dad saying to me, sitting right next to me, saying to me, it's right here. Why can't you, why doesn't this make sense to you? And I'd be like in tears, I don't know, Daddy, I just don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. And I really don't have whatever in my head to do the number thing. So my husband's telling me about a 90-degree, I don't know what a 90-degree angle is. I'm sorry, I just can't pull it up in my brain. And he's trying to show me how to cut the wedges of paper. Anyway, most of my beads are not very good looking as far as being, what is it, symmetrical, like the same on both ends or whatever? I don't know. I think they're cute and I love them with the embossing powder, but what I did was put some, hey, there's Candy. Hi, Candy. I put them on this shower hook that I had in my art space, punched a hole in my scavenger hunt cover, put some fabric and then some twine or hemp or whatever you want to call it. And I did do some regular beads too, but then I put on my paper beads. Now, Kathy, Calico Kate, initially showed me how to get started. See, that one there is not too bad. I don't know if my camera's clearing up. But see, then it hides some of this cover I don't like. Right? So then I've got all my other things that I'm gathering and stashing that needs to go into my book. But hey, there's Chris. Oh my gosh, Mary had a meetup the other morning and Chris was there and it was so cool to hear her voice. It was so cool. So that's my scavenger hunt book with my, and I'm assuming that it's okay that the beads are on the outside, not the inside. So it's a little overkill, I know, but there you have it. And then I was working on, now see, the challenge for me today is to find a spot to put all this stuff. I was working on this cover. So this is art by Marlene. And then we put some birds on the pocket. This is the pocket from a pair of jeans. I did do my stitching, and I did a little stitching on the birds. But the one thing that I still need to do is what I didn't think about is, see, I don't like seeing this original book color here. So I'm going to come in with some acrylic paint and take care of that. And then this one will be good to go. But I think overall it turned out fairly well. So I'm pleased with that one. Now, if anybody has anything that I really need to see, please put it in caps because it's hard for me. I know the paper beads are so fun, Barbara. Yes, you have created a monster, Kathy. So if y'all put it in caps, that'd be really, really helpful for me. Okay, and then this one we were working on. This is the one that has the crazy spine and the book opens flat. So again, more art by Marlene. This is some fabric that I jelly plated. Of course, Chris says I might use that. Okay, Susan said, hi all, was schmoozing a wet palette rabbit hole. Okay. And then Chris says, I might use that schedule for now on early Sunday, 6 to 7:30 a.m. Central Time. Okay. Okay, quite a few have popped in. So good morning, good morning. So I did my art by Marlene on top of this kind of messy printed fabric and added a couple of her things. This one, this is probably not my brightest idea. I popped this up and thought I could glue down, and I probably could if I tried harder. Like this side got glued down, but I might have to do something additional here. Maybe some Fabri-Tac, but I just need a little bit. I just wanted it to try to maybe look a little puffy, you know, for the sun. It didn't turn out so great. And then I don't know if you can see a piece of fabric that I ripped off at the bottom. I just twisted it and glued down the two parts and then put a little charm on there. And then I did some Winka Stella in the sun. And she said, that lady looks like me. She does, Ange. How cute is she, right? So that's another project, really, except for trying to maybe glue these down. I think this is pretty much done. I have to trim off a little more fabric here, but that'll be a cinch. So I have gotten Happy Mail that has just been amazing. First, I got that terrific box. If you missed it, you'll have to go back and look at my one live stream where I shared all the things that Calico Kate sent me, which were just fabaroony. And then I got a package from Pam. Pam had said she would send me some zippers. Oh, let me show you this first. Kathy sent me some zippers as well. So here's an in progress crocheted pouch. And this is one of the zippers Kath sent me. So I have a little bit of this yarn left. So I'm going to finish this up. And then I have a second one started. That's out by my comfy chair. Now, the directions you have in that same video, I think it says to go around once here with your single crochets, but I did too. I think that makes a nicer looking top. But anyway, so I've already got some of the Happy Meal being used and in progress. And then Pam said, well, you're going to be getting more because she sent me some. So I got my Happy Mail from Pam. I'm so glad she's here. I didn't think she would be because I thought if she's on holiday and visiting with her hubby, she might not be able to get in live. So I'm glad she's here. I know, me too, Susan, but it's really not that. I mean, like, see these zippers, this one here, I can see a little bit more of a line to follow, but I was thinking my next one, I might put a little washi tape to just, but see there, that's where I'm anal. I want to get it straight. It doesn't really have to be straight, right? Anyway, so Pam's here, so let me show what Pam sent me. She sent me 3 zippers. Now, I think I said to Pam, she asked me colors, and I think I said something crazy like, purple or green or whatever, but she sent me sensible colors because as I've started now with doing the bag on the zipper, these are better colors to have. These colors, Pam is so wise in her choice. These colors really you can make work with any yarn you'd want to use. So these are really great. Thanks so much, Pam. I can't wait to get started on these. And they're a great size. So I think I might pick out some yarn too that I have quite a bit of so I can make some a little longer. But so far they've been fun, to mess around with. So I'm anxious to get using those. Hey, good morning, Sherry. And then she sent me some napkins. Look how cute this is. Now, I do have a napkin journal, and I do have a page that has sea creatures on it. So this will go great with that. So isn't that darling? And you have the navy and the red. And look, our little Yoda. I know, Grogu. And she probably sent this because I have my Grogu light bulb sitting right here with me. Good morning, Janet Nash. Good afternoon, my dear. See, now he's got a little buddy. He's got a little buddy. And then the next one, I'm trying, I think I'm going to use the next one definitely in my little composition journal that I've been building for my granddaughter because she loves unicorns. So how perfect is that? See, Pam listens and pays attention. And then look at this darling fabric. This was a surprise. I was expecting the zippers, but look, she surprised me. Look, all color coordinated, little puppy paws, little poochy pooches there. Huh? How cute, right? Bones and more paws. Thank you, Pam. This is a delightful little gift. And then look in here. I think these are animal spots or puppy spots. I'm not quite sure. Happy mail from Pam. Yes, Janet. Look how many she said. Hmm? Hmm? So I did good there too, right? Cool. Thank you, Pam. And the stuff I don't have. How about that? Now that's saying something. So I've watched a few videos of a gal by the name of Ingrid Blackburn. I think she mostly does cards, but she uses her jelly plate um, to build cards, and she does journal pages and stuff too. But she had a stencil I really liked, so I couldn't find it, and then I finally located it at Joggles. So I'm going to use this today. But is that a cool stencil or what? So I got that from Joggles. I don't think I've ever actually ordered from Joggles before. It came wrapped in this beautiful tissue paper. Okay. Did I miss Malia? Hello, Malia. Hello, hello. And then probably some of my favorite stamps would be the Lavinia brand. And so I had to spend a certain amount for them to send me the stencil. So I added this. Don't tell Ron. All right, and that's just some cardboard packaging that came in with it. So let's put that aside. And then, I don't know why I do it, girls, but every once in a while I like to hit different places on the internet. One of them is Facebook Marketplace, and one of the others is Mercari, I guess you'd say it. It's Mercari. And you can find vendors there that have new things, and you can find vendors who have used things. it's like another eBay. For those who may not be uh, aware of it or know about it. So I went on and I was just, searching around and I wasn't really looking to buy anything. And then I came across this shop and the gal's name is Ramona Anderson. I'm going to pop her link in. I'm all prepared here to pop it in. Roanne, I don't know if I missed someone coming in. Gosh, I hope not, but I may have. So there's Ramona's link to McCary, and what do you see? Some of the things I got. Now, one thing, by the time, like, she will work with you to put a bundle together, and she does offer a little bit of a deal with certain items that she has in her shop as far as shipping. I got this so fast. She shipped very, very quickly, and by the time we were done negotiating, if you will, the one lace that I wanted had sold. So, okay, so Chris is on her way out. All right, Chris, have a great day. And so I didn't get the yellow. I was really a little bummed about that because it was really different and really beautiful. Anywho, this is what I did get, which is fabulous. See, now like this, she had a roll of this. It was double this size, but I didn't need that much or want that much. So she cut it half and gave me, sold me half. And this is really beautiful. And it's nice because see, it's fabric. It's a fabric ribbon, but I can cut this. Oh, here we go. Look how pretty that is. Hey, Clint. I just love that. No idea how I'm going to use it. And then this. I love it. Like I could put a ribbon through there if I wanted, right? Oh, I can't get that back in. How did she do that? Oh, there we go. I was going in too deep. So look, I got it. Her prices, I think, are really great. I got all that. And then this. Oh, this is what I think she substituted for the yellow because I had already, I think, sent my payment and it sold or whatever. I told her I wanted something narrow. Because you know how, like, if you ever watch G. Kerr, she has all those fabulous, fabulous thin laces. And I don't really have any thin ones. So she popped that in. I think that's just beautiful, huh? And then I saw a piece of fabric. I'm so goofy. I get this package and I put she had everything inside a plastic bag, inside the shipping bag, which was great. And I thought, man, there's not much here for what I spent. I thought I had a little. Well, here she had the rest of it tucked in my fabric. Look at the fabric. Excuse me. Look at this big, gigantic piece of fabric. This is going to make some really pretty book journal covers. To me, it's like a cottagey kind of a look here. Clint Mara, tell Lori's husband Ron she made this. Oh, yeah, yeah. It's just between us and YouTube. Yes. I just love it. And it's like a heavier cotton. It's really, really quite beautiful. So I snagged that. And then these other things. Oh my gosh. Okay, mum's the word. Thanks, Glenn. Here's some more narrow peach. See, I don't have any nails again. Susan said Lori should just make a bunch of post-it notes with Happy Mail written on them and stick them on purchases. Not really lying. I mean, no. All right, let me get this little pin out. Okay, so this is like the cream. And then I ordered the green. Of course, green is just, I just love green. I love green. Let's see, she taped the end of this one. Oh no, this one's different. This one's got a duck. Can you see it? It's just like an olivey green with little hints of like bright yellow on the edges. Hold on, let's see. I don't know if you can really. White doesn't really, well, maybe with the green on top it won't be too bad. Huh? I just love that. But yet there's more. Or as Keisha would say, but wait, there's more. This was a little grouping, I guess, that she had everything all put together. This feels like it was, you know, hand stitched. This one's got ribbon already through it. But look at the, oh, look. But look at the design of the lace. Yes, forest floor for sure. Okay, have an enjoyable waddle, Barbara. Don't get overheated. And this is crocheted, I'm thinking. And it's not real white, but it's not like that yellowy either. So, love that. Yeah, it's a good sized piece. See, she's got them all nicely put in a little plastic bag. And then this little bag of bits, this little bag of bits. But I couldn't resist this either. Look at this. Look. See, this makes my mouth water. Then I got to talk myself into using it. These are pineapples. Janice. Hi, Janice. What's a waddle? It means you walk like a duck. It's Barbara's humor. Beautiful. This is beautiful. And it's like the perfect color for me. Look at this. Murray's tatting. That looks like tatting, right? More. This looks crocheted. Look at this. This has got to be more tatting. I'll have to ask Mara if she comes in. Or maybe some of you guys know. But I think that's tatting. See, I would love to try that. See, this is like going through the zipper. going through the edge of a piece of fabric and just doing your thing. This must have been the edge of a pillowcase. See, it's all wavy. It's all wavy. Delicious. Clint says it's tatting. All right, Clint. I thought it was. I don't know why I got a runny nose this morning. Good morning, or I should say, good day, Nettie. Janet, I'm okay. Just coughing my head off. Oh, Ange. Hope that clears up for you. Okay, Candy. And then this, I thought this would be great to cut this apart. And then it's got this cool rectangle center. See, now, if my mom was my mom like she was 10 years ago, I'd show this to her first and say, Mom, can you make more of this? Because she could figure out the pattern. But Mommy can't do that anymore. So I thought that was cool. And then this one. Oh, this is to die for. Oh, there's two. I like the little like rainbow threads in the center. Isn't that beautiful? Absolutely gorgeous. So I'm thrilled with all my things. So let me pack this up. Now I'm going to put Ramona's link in one more time. I know, right, Nettie? I think so too. Let's see if I can get back here into my little chat box and paste. So even if you just want to look, Ramona's got some beautiful things, and I told her I'd be happy to give her a shout out. Yeah, I tried to do the small doily type crocheting, and I could do it, but what held me up is I would get lost in the pattern. I couldn't keep the pattern in my brain, and then go back and see where I was. I know the rainbow thread is. I mean, I'm not too crazy about the rainbow thread like that, but I think here it's just used perfectly. It was like one of the most beautiful uses of the rainbow thread I've ever seen. So I had to get it. All right, so onward and upward. I have said in the past I am jelly plate challenged, and I still believe that I am. But I had a little bit of an epiphany the other day. I guess it was yesterday morning for me. And this is probably most of you here already know this. Oh, wait, I forgot to show you. Ramona gave me some extras. I just saw this. Some little extra goodies. Isn't that pretty? Pink ribbon. That's like pink on pink. And some navy and white. And look at that nice little. Oh, thank you, Ramona. Cool beans. All right. So probably most of you know what I'm going to show you today, perhaps. I don't know. Kathy Whitney. Hello, hello. So we'll see. But I had a little bit of a breakthrough, I think. So I was happily using now I'm just covering my plate here. Happily playing with my plate yesterday morning before I had to go out. And just messing around. Now, the Ingrid Blackburn, one of the, I know this, one of the videos that she posted, she said, be intentional about what you put on your plate. And the other thing that I noticed, and I knew this in my head, but I just didn't want to do it, to put things on your plate, give them time to dry, and then put down another layer of paint to be able to pick them up. Now, Kathy Calico Kate in chat sent me some paper from, as my dad would say, some Italian paper, some Italian paper. So I did a couple of pulls on that, which, I thought they weren't too bad. So I thought I like to make envelope journals. Yes, I'm very impatient for sure about some things. Some things I can be very patient, but drawing time is not one of them. I just want to get it down and pull it up. So I was just happily going along. I was trying to make a couple of pulls on these envelopes that I could use um, to make little journals. Both sides, flip the lid. Your dad said Italian? I know. And then my dad would get a twinkle in his eye. Oh my gosh. My dad was the best. He just was so cute. And so then I did, this. I didn't think this was too bad. Maybe a little busy. So I'm like, this was a calendar we had just gotten in the mail. Oh, welcome back, Janet. So I used some of my sparkly stuff. I know people say don't put that on your plate, but I do. And then I pull it off. I didn't think this was too bad, So I'm just happily working. And then I did a pull. I tried something different for me. And I did a pull, and it's just like the guy from, what's that kid's movie? Light Bulb. I forget the name of the movie. The big Gru. Is his name Gru? The great big guy. I had a light bulb moment. I pulled out some of my sprays, my dilution. Okay, Candy's back. Welcome back. Hey, good afternoon, morning. Almost afternoon. Yeah. Okay, what do I hear? Hon, are you home? Yeah. Okay, hubby's home. I heard the dog. I didn't know if she was trying to get through the door to get out. What, honey? No, I'm not home. Well, I heard her. I didn't know if she was trying to get out. Okay, hubby's home. So then I did this pull. I've got my striping. You probably can see that too. And a light went off in my head. Because what I did was I put acrylic down on my plate. I let it dry. And then I did some sprays. And it acted like a resist. So I could do several pulls. My acrylic was still on there, and if I wanted to get a different design on, then I would do a regular pull with more paint, clean my plate, and so then I started trying all different stuff. Now these are very intense in color, but they look like, well, it is watercolor, I guess. I don't know, but you can see it still has the imprint of my stamp. Angie sees an A. Oh yeah, kind of inch. I think I know where you're seeing that. So then I tried some on some of my envelopes. And here you can see the flower imprint again. Now you may not like this look, but I think it's rather cool. And I think these I can use to make the little journals that I like. Now these are a little bright for me, really, but sometimes, I mean, I love color for sure. But today I'm going to work with some more neutral colors. So I've pulled out my Vintage Photo Distress Spray, and I have Antique Linen that I pulled, and I pulled a Tattered Rose. I haven't tried this one yet. And I've got a Dilutions Black Marble. I thought that might be interesting to try. So I've got one of my, I only pulled out the one, wheelie, Stampin' Up! Little wheelie tools that I'm going to use. I've got my brayers. I've got some stamps. The one thing that Ingrid does is she uses a smaller jelly plate to load her brayer and use this with stamping and stuff. So I'm going to use that. Yeah, I like grungy too, Nettie. I haven't figured out how to do grungy yet. And then as I was preparing for this morning and getting my things together, I thought, oh, I have another idea. So, but I'll share that with you in a little bit. So I just have my plate covered because I had all that other jazz to show you. And like I said last time, I keep my plate in the plastic clam. Oh, Susan said my daughter recently bought me a brand new unused machine that punches those edges and crimps in a wire spot. Nice, like a cinch. No, get away. Oh, I love finding stuff like that. I love it. Love it. So I'm going to try to replicate what I've done, what I did yesterday. And I'm going to work with more envelopes. I've got some envelopes here. And we'll just see how it goes. Now I have just a journal. My husband lucked into just some blank journals. Janice said, Lori, for grungy printing, go back and find some of Oh, okay. Oh, wonderful. That's a wonderful tip. Thanks. If any of my mods could put in Brooke's link, that would be cool. I think Kathy's talking to Clint. Okay. So this is just, one of these, and I thought it might be nice to have some heavier. Well, actually, I have an idea that I'm going to hopefully present to you in another week or two, and use some of this paper. But see, generally I would, put stuff. Well, this is extra paint, so that one really doesn't count. But like Ingrid said, to be intentional what you put on your plate. I also am trying to be more intentional about what I put on my roll-off pages as well. See, now I like that one. See, now like that. What would you ever do with that? Well, I know you could stamp on it lighter colors, glue on top and all that jazz. But a lot of times the jelly printing, I find for me, it might be a little too busy to actually use in a project. All right. So what I'm hoping to do today is just show you a couple of things that I did yesterday and some of the stuff I learned, which is really not a whole lot, but it's a little bit. Thank you, Gail. And then show you my other idea from this morning. And then I'm going to put this aside and put together, hopefully, a little envelope journal. Okay. Brooke is here? No, come on. No, I don't think Brooke is here. We're just saying Janice recommended Brooke has a really good scrungy, grungy gel plate process that she shares on her channel. All right. So the stamp that I used yesterday was this little stamp, and it's got a lot of texture and you can really see these leaves. So what I did was, and like I said, I'm going to try to use mostly more neutral colors overall, but I am going to use some blue and I've got some green. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to load my paint. I guess the dog has to go out yet again. All right, so I'm going to just load a little bit of paint. Now this is Americana Blue Harbor, which is really kind of a cool, kind of a different shade of blue. All right. Now some of this, you know, if I've got this extra stuff, I just have been running it around the edge of my plate, or, you know, trying to do just little, really skid marks. Okay. So, okay, there's Dana. Good morning, Dana. Trying not to miss anybody who's coming in. Let me move my coffee over here. Trying to get it someplace where I'm not going to knock it over. All right, so I'm just tapping down, and I'm going to put this off to the side so I can do it properly. But I'm just loading my stamp and using my small little jelly plate that I just cut that up. I had an 8 by, I've shared this before. I had an 8 by 10 or something. And then I had this big guy. So I figured, well, I could, you know, use the big guy. Whoop. And I didn't have any small ones, so I whacked up my 8. Now, sometimes by the time you take off all that paint, you don't have much to really put in your, this, I'm just, you know, I just go and stamp that down, and just whatever little bit lands there. And then whatever is left on here, on the small plate that I'm using, I just have been putting that on my runoff sheet. Just a couple ideas. Whoop, I keep knocking over my sprays. Just a couple ideas. So now this is where you have to be patient and let this dry. So normally, you know, you might want to come in and add some other things to this. You could add some squiggles. You could add some circles. You could add some lines. I mean, you could add whatever you want. I'm going to just leave this like this for now. And I want to let this dry as much as I can allow it to dry. I use my heat gun because I'm not patient. Now, I am not recommending you do this. I am doing this because I am controlling it. I am not real close to my plate, and I keep my gun moving. Now, I noticed the other day when Lisa from My Eclectic Life was jelly printing with Barbara Clark, she was using a fan. So that's a good idea because that's cool air. And if you have that available in a small fan and you can't wait till it dries, you know, go for it. But please, I am not recommending you use your heat tool. I'm going to put mine on a light setting so I don't give anybody, you know, a spasm. Thank you, Janet. So I just have a couple of spots here that look like the paint got a little, you know, thicker than normal. I did try to put on just a fairly light coat. So that's, you know, that's pretty dry. Now it's also helpful for it to dry quicker, you know, when you're doing a stream too, because you don't want to sit here and twiddle your thumbs while you have guests watching every move you make. So then what I did was I took my distress spray and I just spritzed my plate a little bit. So I'm going to try the Tattered Rose, which I haven't tried this flavor before. And I'm just giving a little spritz. Okay. Now I'm going to take my brayer, my larger brayer, and I'm just going to move that around a little bit. Now it's hard for me to see. This doesn't look like it did much. So I don't know about, now this might be good. Now, the other thing too about this, I'm going to spritz a little more. The other colors I can see a little bit. Now I can see some. Now this keeps your plate moist too, so you don't have to go like a crazy person, you know, and hurry up and get your paper on. And so I'm going to open up my envelope. Now, you do have to be careful in one way, and that's don't leave your paper on here too long, because with it being so moist, sometimes you can tear your paper. I don't know if you guys can see that. So I've got the image of my stamp. Here you can see where the the blue wasn't dry totally. I picked up a little bit of that. Love that. Oh, welcome back, Kathy. Okay, so now I want to do the other side. And notice over here, I still have my acrylic image. Now, you guys probably already know this, but this was new for me. Now I'm going to use some darker spray in a minute. Now I like to have at least 3 envelopes that, you know, kind of look coordinated for my little journals. So I'm trying to be more mindful about that. Now see, I got up higher up here on my plate where I had some extra grunge that I didn't pick up before. To me, that's the sweet spot. Okay, I didn't do my flap. So I want to come in and do my flap because I didn't have room up there. Okay. And wherever, you know, you think you need a little bit more, you just try to hit. Now see down here, I've got a little bit. I'm going to try to get this on here. There's a little spot of extra. It shouldn't be, but I can check that, Susan. I wasn't having trouble, and then I had trouble the other day, and I had to go to a different camera. I know the little crusty bits are fabulous. Let me see if I got any here I can pick up. Oh, look. Okay. So that's 2. Let me see if I can do this real quick. If I go here, so I've got my, and I want, if I can pull up my Logitech, let me see if I can get it. Excuse my arm. Logitech capture. I'll go in and double check to see if the autofocus is, I might go blank for a while. I don't know what this is going to do. I don't know if I can get my, hey, Becky. I'm trying to load my, I don't know if I can get to my camera settings with being live. I'll see. I'm a little challenged in quite a few areas for sure. And this is one of them. And it's been off, my autofocus, but I was messing around. It might have reset itself. Framing, advanced settings. That's a speaker. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I can't find the I can't find my autofocus. Yeah, I don't see it. Trying to see if there's a toggle. I don't see that either. Yeah, I'm not able to do it. I don't see it. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't check that first. Okay, so now I want to do another one. See, my acrylic is all still here. So I'm going to take my Tattered Rose spray again. And I want to do 3. I'm just going to move this around. See, now I've got a lot more moisture on my plate than I did before. Get my crazy mouse out of the way. And I don't really have to hurry. Now, this is a little wetter than previously. You can see the acrylic design like right through the paper. Yeah, I see the screen popping. I didn't have that before. See, I had trouble the other day, but I think it was because I was losing power. No, it's just a regular jelly plate, acrylic paint, Janet, and it's just a distress spray. These are water-based. Right? So I'm just popping these up to, now let's see. The other thing I didn't get was some regular paper. Let's try, this is just some little papers, you know, that came out of like a little composition book, you know, from the Walmart. So let me just get up this other. So I still have all my original acrylic stamp. And see, none of that really is coming back up. So now I can use it again. I'm going to have to get up and get some big paper. But let me try the, let's go with the vintage photo. So this is a little darker. You get a lot of good things at the Walmart. Now, the other thing that I tried, let me do this. But see, I don't know if you can see, like right here. I'm sorry, this is pulsing. I don't know if I can pull this up. See how it's like beating up on the acrylic. It's like it's acting like a resist. So then I thought, well, I wonder how it is if I move that spray around, not with my brayer, but what if I move it around with like one of these wheelie things with a design on it? So then I just started doing that. The acrylic's not moving. My design is still there. And then when I run that off on my runoff paper, cool. Okay, just saying. It's cool. And now let me grab another envelope. And let's get over here. It's a little lighter over here as far as my spray. So you got that watery kind of mark, but you can faintly see my print behind. Oops, I forgot to do the underside. And you guys probably can't see it, but very faintly in here, you can see the design of that. Sorry, I haven't done my nails yet because I knew I was going to be messing around with this stuff. The design of that little roly thing. Hey, Mrs. Gigi. Hi. Okay, so let me do this over here. Getting some more grunge. Picking up some grunge. Now, you don't have to have 3 envelopes to do a little envelope journal. Just do 2 on this one. Oh, now I got some. See, I'm got some of that stuff I haven't been able to pick up. Ooh, on there. I need a little bit more, so let's just spritz a little bit more. Whoops, wrong one. And I'll get my little wheelie gig thing, a little roly-poly. Oh, yes, you have to be a 2 gel plate home for sure. Let me get the top part here. Okay, now I'm going to go get a piece of paper. It'll just be a moment. Well, I'm going to get more than a piece of paper. I'm going to get several sheets of paper because I'm going to pick up the rest of that, and then I'm also going to clean my plate. So let's see what we've got over here. Oh, I can use that. Okay, it's just not as easy grabbing a ream of paper. Oh, I actually have a spot behind me. Okay. So now I'm going to just pick up all that moisture from the spray. And now I'm going to just put down a, let's do a little light green. There's Raoul. Hello, hello. So I'm just putting a little bit. And this is just to pick up the print. Now what I'm trying to learn, it's hard for me, is I believe Devin would say, that's Devin Rex for Art. Just, you know, roll in one direction. Don't go back and forth. See, I go back and forth. And I'm trying to, what's the answer say? I feel like I'm in a timeout and in the corner. You're not, baby girl. You're not. Okay, so let's roll that off. And now this is where you need to be quicker, because you don't want that acrylic to dry. And I'm just grabbing sheets of paper. And I'm trying to clean up most of what I have on the plate as far as my little flower design. So, hey, there's Carol. Hi, Carol. So that's not bad either. All right. So then I tried, let me see, what did I try next? I tried, somehow I mixed the acrylic with the spray. I'm not sure I'm remembering how I did that, but let me put a little bit of, I'm going to again, now this time I'm going to use some cinnamon. Cinnamon, cinnamon, don't forget the cinnamon. That was a song my sister sang in church when we were kids. They were both in the choir. So I'm going to add a little here. Oh, this is thick. This is the folk art, and I shouldn't have grabbed this one. Hold on, I'm gonna make another choice. I think the folk art is a little too thick for the plate. Let's go with honey brown. Let's try honey brown. Welcome, welcome to everyone who's come in. Glad you're here. All right, so now I'm just using this smaller gel plate to load. Now I'm going to turn my page too in my little roll-off book, because I think what I have on there is pretty nice. And I can do something with that. So again, I'm going to just add some of this around my edges because there's too much on there for what I want to do. And then roll off my brayer. And let's try this time. So I really need that to be on a flat surface. All right. So I'm going to just start loading up my plate. Okay, Kathy. Kathy's going to lurk mode. And then I'm just, rolling that off on my other tablet. Let's get out my new stencil from Joggles. I didn't realize it was so big. Now I'm going to add some green on here. I could clean this off. Let me just clean this off. So I'm just going to put this on in my roll-off book. I don't know what else to call it. Roll-off, run-off. All right, so this color is, again, Deco Art Americana. This one's light avocado. Oh, having a little bit of trouble here this morning. My room's chilly. My room is chilly. Now I'm using a smaller roller. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Put some of that extra over here. I'm going to try, well, it's going to be the bottom of some of these leaves and the tops of the others. Bottoms and tops. I'm trying to remember what I did with the acrylic, but and the spray together, but I'm not remembering that. I'm going to add a little bit more paint, acrylic paint, but I'm going to use this Irish moss. I'm getting a little low on Irish moss. Again, I'm brayering that out on my extra little, extra. Just taking a little bit off. And now I'm going to do the top, trying to do the top of my stencil. And this one, the bottom and the top. If I roll across that way, let's see. I should probably go this way. So I'm just trying to get a double look, double coloring look, which, yeah, I haven't done this before. I haven't done the double layer. And I think I want a little more of that avocado. So I'm trying to be a little more intentional on thinking about how I'm laying this out and what colors I'm using. And I don't want to saturate my stencil. Now I'm going to go all the way over the stencil with my light avocado. Now when I pull this up, I really could put this this, oh, I might try to do. I was just going to say I don't have room to press this on another piece of paper, but I do have my table right behind me where my stack of paper is sitting, so maybe I could try that. So I'm going to gently lift this up. Gently. So I've got leaves there. Ah. And I'm just pressing that down on my stack of paper behind me. Yeah, I didn't get too much from that. That's all right. Well, I put it on a really light layer, so you can see I didn't get too much from that. So now I want this to dry. But I think in addition, I think over here, I'm going to put some blue. I'm going to put some of this Blue Harbor. Are you all taking Angie naps? I have a captive audience, Ange. So I'm adding some blue onto my little plate over here. If I move my camera a little bit, you can see just a little bit what I'm doing over here. I'm switching my page in my runoff, and I'm going to take my little Baroque, I think it's Baroque, wheelie gig here, and I'm going to add some of that down the side. And I'll run some across the bottom here. Kind of got a combo. See, so not only am I building here, but I'm also starting to build here. See, because I have another project in mind. These are heavier weight sheets of paper in this journal. So I'm building the base for some other work. So I'm trying to be totally, intentional. Me too, Janet. I just, I have enough. But when I saw Ingrid use this, and it was hard to find, couldn't get this everywhere. So I don't know whether they're, not going to redo it or, I don't know. So I'm going to take my heat gun again. Please, I'm not encouraging this. I'm just saying this works for me. But I'm going to try to dry most of these spots so the paint dries really well. And I'm going to use the, I really did like that tattered rose. I think I might use that again, and maybe a little bit of the, I think it's, what is it called? Something linen. Antique linen. I'm going to, again, use some envelopes. Now, these are smaller envelopes. So when I think about getting, an image, I want to think about where I can pick it up from. And I want my leaves going, my book is going to be this way. So I might want to take my print this way rather than this way. The other print that I put on the plate, I don't think it really mattered. Okay, Gail, say hi to Dad. All right. So this is fairly dry. I've got a couple of spots over here that aren't necessarily dry, but I'm okay with that. And I'm going to spritz my tattered rose and a little bit of my, now the wetter you make it, the wetter you make it, the more intense, of course, the color is going to be on your paper. And if you want a lighter look, then you would use, I'm guessing, not as much of the spray. So I'm just going to move this around a little bit. And it beads up, on your plate. So the more you brayer it out in between pulls or whatever, I think the better you're gonna be. So now I want to go this way, and I want to get some of that blue, and I want to get some of the leaves. We'll see what we get. I don't know if you can see it. I want to do the flip side. And this is damp. You know, I could dry that. You know, and I could tell you I would do that if I wasn't online and I would dry that. But you know what? The truth is, I wouldn't. I would just, I would just keep pulling it, because I am always in a rush. I want to get on to the next thing. So here's my second envelope. Oh, I got some of that cool green over there. I'm not picking that up. I need to get something on the flap. There's some. I'm just looking for a wet spot on my flap. And then I'm going to go this way, down over here. But see, I still have all my design. See, so this is either going to be the front or the back of a little envelope journal. And then I can ink, put other stuff on, you know, stamp, and do that kind of thing. So then after I did that, I started to notice, see, like here, where some places weren't completely dry, I would start to pick up a little bit of that image. And then I thought, well, what if I have the base of my print that I want to use on my plate, but then I want to pick up different spots. Like maybe I want to pick this leaf up. So then I got out my paintbrush. I added some paint to my little palette, if you will, over here, my little jelly plate palette. So I put a little green, put a little bit of that Irish moss. I'm going to put some of my light avocado out, if I can squeeze it. And then I'm going to pick I'm going to pick some purple. I'm going to pick my Ceramcoat Passion purple. Now this is a blue, the Harbor blue, but it works with purple. And I'm going to spot paint some of these leaves. So the brush I used the other day, I think, was a little too, man, this is kind of large. Well, this is the number 8. Let's see. So I'm putting my paintbrush in water and taking off a lot of that moisture. And I'm taking my paint, and I'm going to just start painting some of these leaves in however I want. And then I'm going to add some of the, and then I might combine it and do a blend. And it doesn't have to be perfect or, you know, totally in the lines. You know, I can do whatever I want. It's my page, it's my art, right? My art. I could add a little bit of white, I mean, a darker green. I could do whatever. I could do whatever. I can do whatever. But my goal is for this not to be, I don't want it to be real dry. I want it to stay a little, oh, welcome back. That was quick. And now I'm going to add some of this purple to some of these leaves, just because I can. Now, purple and green kind of make brown, but you know, we do see in nature some purpling, you know, and some plants. It's kind of blended. Now I'm going to try to pick this up with just a piece of paper. Okay, everybody's back. That's great. I'm in the rest phase of the French bread. Ooh, nice. Nothing like fresh bread. So that's really wet. Okay. So now I'm going to come in with, I think I'm going to use my vintage photo. And I want this to be somewhat wet because I'm going to try to pick up those spots. So I'm going to do my vintage photo. I'm going to use my little wheel-a-gig thing. And I'm just trying to move that vintage photo around. And I'm being a little cautious where my paint is, because I don't want to, if it smears a little, I'm okay with that. But if it smears a lot, that probably would be okay too. But I want to try to keep it, the integrity of it, as best I can. And I'm going to try to pick it up. Let's see if I can do it. Oh, Scotty asked for sketties. Okay, cool. Now, it worked the other day. It worked yesterday for me, so I don't know if I can get it to work today. Yeah. So then here you can see I have my leaves, and then wherever I put that extra color, which I don't know that I really put that, I should have probably painted the whole leaf. So I still have my images underneath. You can see still where my wheelie roly thing is. But then I've got those, you know, hot spots of paint. So I'm going to try this again. Let's see. Oh, we didn't pick up anything over there. Oh, my spritzer got. Let's slow down. Sorry, I got a paintbrush in my mouth. And then all I have to do really is respray this and move it around again, and I still have my print. So with adding the spray, you know, I can start to pick up whatever I need to fill in, or do as many prints from this design as I want. And then if you change the color of your spray, of course, you're going to change how it looks, right? Hey, hi, Laura. Nice to see you. Thanks, Laura. So this morning when I was preparing to do this, let me see. As I was, you know, getting my thoughts together, getting my supplies together, I thought, well, somebody's probably tried this too, but what we're always talking about texture. And we like the crumbly bits and stuff. But what if I added things to my substrate, like paper or fabric? So I have these envelopes, these Jagunda ones, and I added some book page, tea bags, and some fabric. And I went ahead and glued some down. Oops, sorry. on both sides. I've not tried this before, but I'm going to try to print on this using this technique. Now, because I want this to eventually be a journal that opens this way, I don't want my leaves going that way. Well, no, I guess I do. I want my leaves that way, so I can leave this on. I just have to, when I take the print, go down this way. So let's try. So this looks pretty good. I think if I do print this way and this comes up, maybe up over here, I might like to, look, it's picking up a little bit of stuff already. I might like to have some extra paint up in that corner. I'm going to go just with the, green. If Lori can figure out where she put, oh, it's in the water. So I'm just going to take some of that avocado and let me go up here. Now, of course, that envelope is, you know, like an orangey yellow. I think I might want a little bit of white. So in addition to, you know, trying to pick up just the image of what's here, I want to maybe pick up some little bits of paint here and there. So we'll just give that a try. Now I know you realize you have a little bit of a glare, but see, I still have my print basically on there. So now they're really wet. So I'm inclined to try my print on the because this will be the inside of the cover, right? And I took the little metal clip out because I didn't really want that in there. So, oh, I didn't try the black. I don't think I want to try the black on this. Do I? I don't know. Might want to do a tester before I do. Let's do a tester with the black. So this is, gosh, this isn't even open. See this lady that sold me this stuff? Hey, Carla. Hello. Nice to see you. She didn't have a lot of this stuff even open. Usually if I just, gosh, I remember when I first found Colleen, she was unboxing some sprays that she had ordered or some, I think it was sprays. And she went to get it open and she used a knife and popped a hole in the, pretty sure that's how it went. Things you remember. Okay. All right. So this is Delusions called Black Marble. So I'm going to pull this on paper, see how it goes. Having an eat day. Oh, that sounds good. Football food. I'm not going to brayer this one out. Let's do this one not brayered out and see what happens. It's going to get real puddly, probably. I'm just wondering how I like the black combo. It might be just not brayered out. It might be a little too spotty for me. And I think maybe I would like the, I think I would like the, vintage photo on that yellow. Now, of course, you could certainly put paint down, acrylic paint down, and, you know, or paint your envelope a different color before you start doing this. But I didn't, and I'm going to go with this. So now I want to repaint because I picked up those spots. And I think I want this one. I don't think my envelope's going to go too much past here. I'm just trying to do a couple little, I don't know if I'll get this one over here. Any questions? Put it in caps for me if you would. I'm trying to catch everything. Hope I didn't miss anyone. Welcome, welcome to whoever and everyone who's coming in. So now I'm going to use my vintage photo. And I'm going to brayer this around, just kind of trying to get it to just become one with the plate. So you got a little bit of a pickup and move that paint. That really kind of looks cool. All right, here we go. Now this has my fabric and whatnot on here. So let's see how we do. Ow! I hurt the end of my thumb trying to open up bottles of paint, if you can believe that. If you can, I think I bruised the end of my thumb. Now I just whacked it. I just whacked it, guys. Ew. It hurts. Okay, let's see. See if we've got anything. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. So now when I do the front, I think I want to, so this is not upside down when I make my journal. It's got to go on my plate this way. So I'm going to add some more of this paint. Just follow in. Gosh, I don't remember which one. I think I painted this one. Maybe this one. I'm going to give it a nice round bottom. I feel like there's something I was wanting to tell you guys, but now it is left my brain. Let's do over here. You can't really see this that much, but it does pick up a little bit. Just gives me another layer or another really visual on my end piece. All right, so I'm going to take my vintage photo again. Give myself a little spritz. The other thing I didn't do is sometimes I added some extra water, which I didn't do that for you today. So I'll try to remember to do that on my next pull. Not this pull, but the one after this. Whoops, water down. Water down. And then I said I wanted to pull it this way. Now, while this is a little damp, put these other papers on top. And then, like I said, you know, this is going to get cut. It'll get inked. I will stamp and, you know, add some other things. And it's going to make a cool cover for a journal, I think. So now what I want to try to do, I'm going to do a different design. So let's pick this up with paint. Let's use this Shoreline Blue. It's a real light, pretty, like sky bluey. Yeah, maybe even like a robin's egg kind of color. So let me do that. So I'm just going to put some on my plate. And my regular brayer. And set up my next page in my runoffs. Now the purpose of this is to clean my plate. One thing that I see, I'm going back and forth again instead of just one direction. The one thing that I often do is either get too little paint or too much. It's, to me, that's a challenge to get a happy medium. So let's put this guy in the middle. And let's put some of these on the edge. Let me see if I can clean up. Ooh, that looks cool. If you guys can see, the coloring is really cool. Ooh, 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 ooh. Not too bad. Not too bad. Not too bad. All right, I'm going to have a little sip of my cool beverage. And I just didn't want to get out a whole lot of mess as far as, you know, 37 stamps and, you know, all this jazz. So I'm kind of sticking to the same stamps that I have out and using what I have here. Now, what I have here is a mess on my little additional plate here. So I'm going to get one of those, you know, one of these yucky pages because I just got some paint here. I want to clean this up a little bit. And maybe use a little piece of paper and see if I can pull off some of the, oh, thank you, Carol, some of the jazz here. I'm going to need a little more paint. Let me see if I can get enough. I don't think so. I don't think so. I just want to try to clean up this little guy. I'm going to need a little more paint. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit of paint to clear my plate. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. There we go. There we go. This ought to get it. Rosemary Morris. Hello, hello. Nice to see you. Thanks for popping in. Saw the word jelly and had to stop by. Thanks, Rosemary. Okay, so we're just cleaning off that little guy. So this page here is really going to be trash for me. Look, it even stuck to another page, so I'm not worried about that. But you can see where I'm being more intentional with my roll-off stuff, so I can use that for other projects. Now, I want to make sure I'm going in the right direction because I'm trying to use the back sides too, because I'm not sure if I'm going to need both sides with my next project to use those pages on. So let me flip that. So I'm going to stick with my original stamp. Now, Ingrid Blackburn said something about, when you're using a script stamp or something with words. Hey, Kathleen. You got to flip it. So when I did my number stencil, that was easy. I flipped that. Or a letter stencil, that was easy. But no matter how I flip this, it's going to be backwards. Does anybody know, is there script type stamps that are done backwards that you can use on a jelly plate? Because I would love to. I mean, I can always stamp on top of my finished piece, but I would love to know that. Okay, so I'm going to pick out a different color. So I'm going to pick out a color spray, not a neutral, for my next envelope. And I'm going to do purple. I really like purple. I'm going to use this dark, it's called purple. How about that? Isn't that original? From Ceramcoat. So again, this is an acrylic paint. And I'm putting that on my little plate over here to the right that I have. And I'm going to brayer this out. And instead of just putting this solid extra paint on my page, I'm just going to come around here and do a little bit on my edges. Just kind of building up my crud. Building up my crud. Now you can brayer this on too. And then I'm just going to start stamping really haphazardly. Okay, now then I have, this yum yum stuff that's here. So then I'm going to take that. I don't have enough space here. And I'm just going to put that in my roll-off page. And then, of course, I'm clean and ready to go. And I'm going to add some of the Blue Harbor Deco Art Americana. I think my paints are so hard to squeeze the tube because my room's chilly. I got me a little chilly. And again, I've got this extra, read all about it. So I'm just going to add that in spots. And I'm going to add some blue to my plate. Now, while this dries a little bit, I'm going to go pick out a different spray. We've been using Tattered Rose and Vintage Photo. All right. So let me see what other choices I have. It's starting to look like a warehouse here again because I keep getting more things out. And then I'm so anxious to start, something else or another idea. I don't put it away. Usually Mondays I kind of use as a cleanup day. All right, I've got, oh, I didn't know I had that. I have melted chocolate. Oh, that might have been cool to use. Let's see. I think I want something with a color, but not, I don't know. See what you guys think. I've got salty ocean. And I don't think that'd be good. I don't think I want to go red. Got brushed pewter. Has anybody ever used that brushed pewter spray? Oh, I might give that a go on a piece of paper. Blue London. I think that's like the ocean blue. After midnight. After midnight. Chopped pesto. Chopped pesto. I don't have my readers down. All right, let's try some of these. Now, finding another spot to put this box is also a challenge. All right. I'm going to do the silver first. I don't think there'll be anything left. So if you can see that, you can hear that has a little mixy ball in here. A little mixy ball. The shiny guy, the Pokeball. All right, so I'm going to spritz this on. I hope it's not spritzing. Now see, it's clean. I don't think baby wipes going to help, but let's just give that a go first. And if not, I may have to steal from PETA to pay pool. All right. It's probably clogged down in the valley. The valley's so low. Well, I wonder if I've got my little oh, that metallic is really cool looking. I did this yesterday and knocked over one of my colors. This is just water. Let's see if I can get this spritzer. Now here we go. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I'm going to use my wheelie. Now this seems thicker than the other sprays. I'm going to do a piece of paper. See what it looks like before I do it on my envelope. I only have one other envelope prepared. So I don't want to mess it up. This may just look gray, which isn't necessarily, sorry, I'm not going quick enough. Nah, this feels like I left it on. Oh, no, maybe. Ooh. It does kind of look cool. And you can see more of the imprint of the acrylic that's still on the plate. So that's cool. And it did leave a little bit of a residue, metallic residue, which probably I won't pick that up until I put the paint, another layer of paint on. So now my choice is chopped pesto or salty ocean. So let's do a test of each. Let's do them side by side. Ooh, that one's kind of spraying like a little whizzer. Little whizzer. I'm going to use the regular brayer this time. Just moving it around, and I'm going to pick up again on paper just to see what color I think might be best for this experiment. Boy, it doesn't take much for that camera to blur. So, pick up all this Jazz-a-Maraz. Ooh, that's cool. That was like all my extra stuff on the bottom. That's really cool. The color is really, the color's really swell. Nice. Nice. All right. I didn't use any added water to the colors I put, the sprays I put down. I think I'm going to do that this time. And I think I'm going to, boy, I really do like green, but I think I'm going to go with the blue. Kathleen said, I just posted my vintage photo page for the scavenger hunt. Oh, cool. Did you post it? Did I miss where you posted it? Did you post it in Instagram? Oh, thank you, Janet. So I'm going to do the blue. So I'm going to do a little bit of, oh, you know what I want to do before I do that? I want to get my silver sprayer thing back in its rightful container. I'm going to rinse this one, which was, you know, I'm going to get a little silver, but that's okay. Silver and gold. All right, so I'm using Salty Ocean Distress Spray. Now to this, I'm going to add some, well, didn't really get the water, got more of the silver. I thought it would only be like a little spritzer. So I'm going to move this around. Moving on up. Okay. See, like as soon as you roll it, it starts to bead. But I found the other day, like if you work it a little bit, it kind of stays unbeaded a little longer. I don't know if that makes sense. Flip side. And this really doesn't matter because it's just the flowers. It doesn't matter to me anyway, which direction it is going. Different. I really can't say whether I like it or not. I think I could use a little more water. Let's just do water on this one. I've got some silver and I've got some of the blue. Now that's a lot of water. That's a lot of water, Lord. I can always print again. But see, I like to get some of this. See this puddling? That might be cool, right? I'm just kind of, can you see in your, I know you've got a glare, but you can see these puddles. I wonder if they'll hold or if they'll, you know, like bleed out. Yes, on IG. Okay, thanks, Kathleen. Alrighty, here we go. That's cool. I like that better. Now I can spatter on this. I'm going to stamp on this. So you'll see. I'm going to do some work with something here in a little bit. So now I want to clean my plate. I'm going to wrap this up as far as my plate goes because I promised to use some of what I printed in a project. So I want to clean this up. So now I have to go back and use the acrylic to clean it up. So I'm going to pull it up on regular papier. And I think I'm going to use, my Aloe Deco Art Color. So I'm just going to add this to my plate. And I'm going to brayer it out. And then I will leave my plate sit open and dry. And like I've mentioned before, I cut my clamshell, and you can see I still have a lot of moisture. Well, I'm hoping you can see. See, it's still beating up here. So this might look cool. And then I just put the top of my clamshell after it dries on top. I probably should have put that right in the center instead of off to the side. Oh well. That's what happens when you talk and you work. Talk and you work. All right. The other night, one of the girls was on, and her little puppy came up on her lap. Which one? Marty, who? Oh, I don't know if you were there, Marty. It wasn't Stephanie G. It was another Stephanie, I think. And she was giving her little pooch a massage, and that's what it reminds me of, rubbing on your jelly plate. Giving your little pooch a little massage. It's kind of, when I tilt it, can you see the shimmer from that metallic spray? That's kind of cool. See, there's still a lot there to pick up. Let's do the shoreline blue. Kathleen said, I framed in washi tape with a leaf design, so I covered 3 points. Oh, cool. Really cool. Okay, that's probably too much. I wish I was better at using my left hand. It would be, I think, helpful for this. The only thing about it, with the plate being in the clam, is that you can't get up to the edges real great. Got to pick and choose, right? I'm going to baroque this real quick. I'm getting a little slide. My wheel's not really moving. I'm getting a little bit of a smear instead of a nice little roll out. I don't know if I want to go on the top of that. That's still wet. Let's go right down the middle. Okay. Oh yeah, that's who it was. It was Stephanie, formerly Thread and Glue Designs. Yes, that's who it was. She was massaging her little dog. It was so cute. That's what I think of. Little massage. See, all this you can use, right? You can cut that off. camera. Sorry. I like that with that rusty bits down in there. Probably could make a washi tape. Who was it? Barbara Clark, was she saying make a washi tape out of her? I still have stuff on the plate that come. It looks like when the camera goes, ooh. But that's not bad. That's really not bad. That's not bad either. All right, one more thing, and then I'm going to put this aside. I got 2 envelopes sitting here. So I'm going to cover this again. I like that shoreline. I don't think I'm going to pick up a whole lot more, but if I do the little if I do that little brayery thing, and then I'll put this aside, and then I can always take it to the sink and give it a bath. I did that the other day. And then some of the girls were saying, it wasn't some of the girls, it was Barbara Clark and Lisa from My Eclectic Life. Murphy's Mineral Oil, which I haven't picked any of that up, in a spray bottle with some water. You can really clean your plate. And they also said hand sanitizer, which I did use that, but I think some of that has alcohol. So you might want to check your label on that. Let me flip my, let's see if I can get this to wheel. See, now if I do that on my little plate, I can smash that down too. Yeah, I like little dogs. I like big dogs too, but I would have a Great Dane if I could. But they shed. That's not reason I can't have one. I can't have one. It's because Ron is mean. Okay. I'm just saying. He's a very mean boy. I can't let this get too dry or I won't be able to pick up. So I'm doing a lot of stuff at once here. A lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. See what we get. I said before, my friend Joyce, that's who I was with yesterday. We had gone several times years ago to a farm in Massachusetts that raised Great Danes to be service dogs. And we would go, she had volunteers that would come and help run the farm. Not run the farm, but, help with the dogs. Ugh. And that's where I fell in love with Great Danes. I like this, guys. So this is one of my more pleasant experiences with my plate because this looks like wallpaper. I really feel like I'm Jelly Plate challenged, but I also feel like Gentle Giants for sure, Gail. I mean, one wag of the tail could knock somebody out. But, they don't intend to do that. They think there's lap dogs. So, here we have it. All right. So I'm going to put my plate aside. All right. So now, I didn't really prepare 100% for this portion of today's show. Let's see, I've got paper falling all over here. Let's see if I can get that out from underneath the chair. So I'm going to grab a couple of my envelopes. A couple of my envelopes. So, hey, Lena. Well, Lori, I'm from Denmark and is overweight, so I can be. You are a Great Dane. And you don't shed. We'll feed you real good. I'm so happy you're lurking. Okay, so I'm going to take a couple of these envelopes, I think. Methinks. Let's see what we've got. I've had them sitting on my laptop keyboard, so there's warmth there. It's warm. See if I got a couple that I thought I had made one set that had 3. Yes. I'm going to use these 3. So I'm going to put all this other aside. Don't shed. That's the ticket for me. I just, you know what? I'll be the first to admit. I don't like to vacuum. I sure don't want to be vacuuming up dog hair. All right, so here are my 3. And let's see, what do I have handy? Because I put my other little wheelie gig down there. See, I'm used to having everything right here at my fingertips. And I'm looking for, I don't think that glue will come out. I need some glue. I put that away. What I want to do is decide. Well, first thing I want to do is I want to ink these because I want to bring the eye in towards the center, and I'm going to want to stamp. So let's see if I can find Elvis. Elvis, where are you? See if I can find Elvis. And we'll add some ink and some stamping. And then we'll see if we're not too weary. We'll add some pages. And I'll show you how quickly some of this can go together. All right, so I've got a vintage photo ink, and then I've got oxides here, and I'm pretty sure I had, now we used the Tattered Rose spray, and I'm pretty sure I have a Tattered Rose oxide. There it is. Oh, I see it. So let's pull that out. And yeah, I was looking for Elvis. I don't know where he gets off to. But it looks like he has disappeared once again. Just looking for some other colors that Timber Brown. I don't know if I have it, if that's juicy or not. I've got some tulips. I've got my script. And where the heck did I put Elvis? Elvis just makes stamping, you know, a lot nicer because I have that. Elvis is my can't find him. Oh well. And I need a glue stick. And a couple of that might do. A couple of inking tools to get us rocking and rolling here. Rocking and rolling. I was looking for Ann, or I think Ann. Is it Ann usually on Sunday mornings? I thought Ann was on. I was looking for Ann or. Okay, Pam, enjoy the rest of your day. Pam was relaxing. You have an Australian Shepherd? Oh, Kathleen. Yeah, Freddie. Yeah, Freddie shreds, I'm sure. Sheds. Okay. Well, see, the dogs we've had, Maltese, and we've had a mutt, the mixture, the Maltese and the, this is probably not going to show up much. Tattered rose. Let me get something here. And they don't shed, and they have hair. So like my son-in-law, well, we had the dogs before he came into the picture, but no allergies, it's not an issue. But the thing of it is once, for me anyway, once you experience that, it's hard to, it would be hard to go back to a dog that sheds. It just is. I mean, they lose an occasional hair. At this point, okay, if I'm being honest, I lose more hair than the dog does, okay? Oh, and change to 5 p.m. on Sunday? Oh, maybe I'll pop on earlier than if somebody else doesn't pop on, because I was just waiting around, and I'm like, I didn't see a notice, and I looked on her. Oh, thanks, Gail. Well, Gail, I should always know to check with you. You know what? You keep up to date on everything. Yeah, Eastern Standard. Okay. So I'm going to do, and I know this has been done before too, double inking, like I'm doing the edges with my tattered rose, because I have that, and it matches, what I used for my spray. And then I'm going to put some, did I put it away? Oh, good grief. I did. See, if Holly was here, she would have been screaming at me, Lori, put the vintage. Well, yeah, I think you're pretty up to what's happening in our community. So then I'm just going to add a little bit of this vintage around the edge as well. It just works good together. And see my hands? This is why I didn't put my nails on. I've got 2 new sets of nails that I'm dying to put on. So that's what I'm going to do this afternoon. 2 combo colors. I can't wait. Now, I probably shouldn't have done that because I don't know if that's going to be couch covered. Okay. Now, I always like to try to do, I don't always remember, but I try to like to do this little slippy flap. The easier way to do that is just slip something in there. Sometimes I like to cut a little there, but I'm pretty sure I have that buried. I think I'm pretty sure I've got my punch buried. Okay. So yesterday at my sister's, when we're watching Persuasion, the male lead in that program, to my delight, was the male lead in one of my favorite Hallmark Christmas movies. I don't know who sheds worse, me or Luna. Eh, so that was nice. We had a delightful day, and then we ordered from Olive Garden, so we didn't have to cook, which is always a good thing in my book. And no matter how much you brush them, they still shed. And our dogs, that's the wrong one. I want this one. Our dogs, you think they would like to be brushed, but they really hated lurking and napping. Okay, Kathy. You think they would like that. It's like having your back scratched, I would think. But our dogs are just like, good grief, really? I'm not murdering you here. Okay, so what I want to do is decide what I want to be my front cover. I think maybe these two. Now, of course, you don't have to go through all this. Oh, is that what Elvin is, the Shih Tzu? Yeah. Right. Yeah, you definitely have to brush them. Brush it, brush it, brush. And I like, well, we only have Bella left now, but our dogs, I like their tail a little longer, so it would let their hair grow a little longer on their tail. And we take them to the groomer. We'd ask that their hair on the tail be left a little longer. What'd Sherry say? I complain so much about my shedding. Hubby offers. Well, that's a nice hubby offering to help you out there. Okay, let's get in here. So I do have some pages sitting aside from me here I might be able to use without having to, dig too far. No dogs, but 2 cats are. One lady that when I used to be in the co-op, she had, I think just one cat, but it shed quite a bit. She got one of those Roomba things, or it wasn't that brand, I don't think. I think she got, like she said, her brother had the Roomba. She got an off-brand. But she could set that and just, a couple times a day, and it kept after the cat hair for her. And she really thought that was really, really worked out well for them. So I guess there are options when you think about it. But we live in a 1,400 square foot home. That's including my little craft space here out, which, used to be our four-season room. And so now I want to scoot these in. See, I like how the different coloring is on that one. Maybe I want to go this way. And really, and with my back, I'm just, I can't walk a dog anymore. And hubby would have to walk. So a big dog, you have to kind of walk them. We don't have a fenced yard. You don't really have to fuss so much with this, like Lori does. Okay, I think this is how I want it. I think this is how I want it to go. And I think I want to put it together before I stamp. Is Randy. Hey, Randy Rabbit. Randy, did you ever see my message? I didn't know how to get a hold of you. I did respond about the nails on my one feed, but I didn't know where to find you. I couldn't find you on Instagram. What, honey? Okay. You didn't? Yeah, Sarah. I don't know if you private messaged me like on. Oh, you don't use it, so I didn't know how to find you. So you could check there, or if you private message me on whatever you use, Facebook. I do have Twitter now. I mean, messages come up. I don't really use Twitter all that. Look, the one I picked, I forgot to do that side. See, this is what Lori does. I could have buried that. Oh, phooey. Let's just do a two-pager. Let's just do 2 pockets. You have the robot vacuum? Luna doesn't like it. Yeah, or email pinkgirly@gmail.com, Randy, if that works. And on Facebook, I'm Lori Uncle Delp. But I did leave the message. I did leave a message for you on that live. Of course, now it's not coming to me which one it was. Okay. So now I want to decide, do I want this to be the front or do I want it to be the back? I'm kind of liking this for the front. So I'm going to use my script stencil. I'm going to see if I have any ink in this here. Okay, thanks, Randy. See if I have any ink in this here timber. Boy, I have to get in and look at my. I never thought about my Logitech resetting my. See, last week I couldn't. I had to use my husband's. I have it marked top, and I always do it the wrong way. I used my husband's computer because I was having problems. Well, here, the computer I use, I've abused the battery, and so it doesn't hold a charge. So I just leave it plugged in all the time. It's more convenient for me. It's right here on my desk, and da 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 da. Well, what happened was I couldn't get connected and all that jazz, and I kept going in and out, black screen, all that stuff. So I used his computer, and I guess it reset when I reconnected this computer and the camera. So now I've got the jumping around again. So I'm just putting some stamping. I just love stamping. I love it. I love the script. I've got these little tulips here, and I was thinking these might look cute. If I put these on the front and then maybe put a little pocket that the tulips could come out of the pocket. So let's see what that does. Now we could really get involved here. I'm guessing that Tanya is not ready to come back on either, that she will not be on this afternoon, but I don't know that for sure. So I'm going to put these up a little bit. Now this stays on ink. Which is not supposed to smear. Right? So let me dry it a little bit, because what I'm thinking, sometimes you just get a little, too involved with what you're doing. But hey, it happens. It happens. So what I'm thinking is I would like to use a little bit of this tattered rose on my paintbrush. Gosh, the popping up and down drives me crazy. I am so sorry, but I can't go in and fix it while I'm live. I couldn't find I found some of the settings, but I couldn't find them all. I'm going to put a little bit of this out here on my glass mat and use it as paint. And I'm going to see if I could get a little bit of, it's very light. It's a very light color. It's probably not even going to, yeah, it's not even going to show up. Well, it's showing up a little bit. You might not be able to see it. I'll show you in a minute. And then I'm going to pull out my bundled sage. And then I pulled out my gathered twig. I might use a little gathered twig too. So I'm going to do the same thing. I mean, I really don't have too much of a clean spot left here. What did I do with that baby wipe? Let's see if we can clean up a little bit of this. Clean up on aisle 38. So my great nephew, my sister sent me a little clip. My great nephew, who's 3, Grayson, has an avocado in his hand. The whole end of the avocado, the skin is on it, and the whole end of it is all like chewed off, and half the skin's like hanging. And he's holding it up in the air and he's saying, avocado. Oh no. I don't know if he bit it or what. His mother's in the background saying, really? So I have to get the story on what he was doing with the avocado. It's so stinking cute. All right, I'm going to take a little bit of this bundled sage and just coloring in the leaves a little bit. Now I'm going to build a pocket down here. But see, the tops of these are going to show. Don't you know? So this is the fun part to me. I enjoy the jelly plating and, all the background stuff to decorate a journal page or cover. But this is the part I really like. Doing the details kind of work. Adding things, adding the lace, fabric, what have you. Now I'm going to use a little bit of this gathered twig, and I'm going to see if I can, I don't want it to bleed, so I'm going to use my heat gun. I'm going to see if I can maybe shade a little bit. Trying to stay in the, the overall coloring of the cover. So they look cute, huh? Okay. Now, the bigger issue is going to be finding a piece of paper. Oh, I know, guys. Look. So I had this one that I was disappointed because I didn't print on the back of that. What if I use that to build my pocket? What if I use... Okay, now how can I use... What if I trim this down? And it could be a pocket. Do you know what I mean? Let's see if I can get to my cutter. I think I can. I wish I could get to my, maybe I can. I would really like to get to my, to one of my punches. I usually keep them in the top drawer. But no, I've got everything stacked. Silly. Well, I could try that. Hold, please. I had to move some of my treasures. My treasures from Pam. I think I've got it. By George, I think I've got it. I think I can get this to work. And my cutter. So is ants change across the board or just like for this week? Do you know, Gail? All right, so let's cut this, and it can't be too deep because I want my tulips to stick out of the top. See, that's still a little, I want a little bit more of my tulips to stick out. And I think I want the pocket to come to there. So I'll take a little more off. Lori, I believe she has decided for now anyway to make it. Oh, how about that? Okay. I didn't line that up very straight. Let's see if I can. All right, we're going to straighten that up. And I'm going to use just the edge. There's Aunt Beck. Oh, there's Aunt Beck from Anne. Attention, everyone. I'm moving to a Sunday afternoon stream. I will be streaming at 5 p.m. Thank you, Aunt Beck. Starting tomorrow, the 15th. Wonderful. I did look on our community page, but I didn't see anything there. Oh, that's good to know. Okay, cool. Now, this can be a bit fiddly. I like to be able to see where I'm punching. Oh, I need a little, maybe a little. Well, let's not get too crazy, Lori. Okay. If I put it this way, then I got that nicer edge there. I feel like my camera's up really high. Look how crooked that is. What in the world am I doing? I'm following the line. I am really not good at this jazz. Just cutting stuff. See, it's still a little off. I'm not going to have any pocket left. Every time I say the word pocket, I think to myself, I've got a hole in my pocket, dear mother, dear mother. I've got a hole in my pocket, dear mother, a hole. Do, do, do. All right, let's do this way. I'm going to do both sides. All right, we're going to ink them a rink. And I like the way this looks better than this side, I think. Let's ink this way as well. All right, now I was thinking I could have this, but it's really too much, I think, for a cover. A pocket, and then you could have a tuck spot. I think I'm thinking about it too much. All right, let me grab my glue. Let me grab my glue. Good night. I just saw my glue. I need to fill this baby up. This baby's getting a little empty. All right, so I want to glue this edge. And then I want to think about some pages. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this whole thing down. All right. And I'll do more to the cover for sure. But let's see. Okay. I don't want to be on too terribly wrong. And I need some lunch. I need some lunch. I don't know how I got this. I get these spots and I don't know. I feel like everything, like I was coloring that last coloring page. I go back to do some more on the page, and she has this little red mark on her face. My goodness. Can't believe it. All right, let's see if I have anything here that I can make work. Might be just a little too small. I could offset some. Make it a ragamatag kind of journal. What say you, ragamatag? If I offset these, look how ragamatag these are. See, I like it. I like it. I got plenty of this to just do a ragamatag. So I'm just going to start folding these. And then I can offset them. I probably, I think I'm going to stick, okay, here's what, this is how my brain goes. So I'm thinking about this and putting some pages in, right? And I've got two little pockets. Oh, see, I got my punch out. Let's do this while we're here. See, that just, I don't know, it just makes it nicer to me. I should have stamped inside. I'll have to stamp inside. So if I put pages in, if I stitch them in, which is what I was thinking about doing with my sewing machine, then I'll probably need some kind of little something here. But then I got that pocket happening. I guess that can run over the pocket, like a little piece of lace. So that's what I was thinking about. That's what I was thinking. Now, of course, when you do any kind of jelly printing, you know, you can use it. A lot of us are doing journal pages and stuff like that. But some of us like to do cards, and my girlfriend Jean likes to do cards. So Jean, if you're watching this replay, which she normally does, you could use, she talked about getting a brayer and us doing some brayering stuff together. You can use, of course, you wouldn't use an envelope. You know, you would just use like a regular piece of paper. But if you do any kind of a print like that, that would make a nice backdrop for a card that you're making, right? A tag. Oh, I should have tried a tag. I feel like somebody just drove behind our house, which there's no street there. It's just a creek. So let's see. So what I'm just trying to decide to do now is, because it's a little thin envelope, if I punch holes and do a pamphlet stitch, then I've got that down the spine. So I think I am going to stitch it on my machine, but my machine, it's not where I can get to it today. I've got stuff all sitting in front of it, you know, my stack of paper and all that jazz. So I'm just going to get an idea here. I want to fill this up. Oh, I wish I would have thought to jelly print on a couple of tags. That would have been cool, huh? This guy's really had it. Maybe I want a better one for the center. Let's do it that way. Okay, have a great day. Have a good visit with your dad. I guess your dad's still there. I can visit with him. Thanks, Gail. So, I mean, they're a little short, but I think it still will be cute. And then I have room, if I want to add things to the edges of the pages, right? So then I want something across here too. So I had some fabric earlier that I was tearing and wanting to put, when I did that envelope, let's see. I thought I had another piece of that laying around. Oh, I had a couple of these I wanted a jelly print on. I forgot. See, if it's not right in front of Lori's face, it goes right out of her head. Out. It goes out. All right, let's see what we have in here. That's kind of cute. That's kind of cute. Look, here's some. I don't think this is. I think this is like. Look at this. I feel like a magician. This is like, I think, a seam binding. That might make a good tie around. A good tie around. So now I'm thinking about a cluster of some. Oh, look at this. This is even more better. This is sorry, silk. I mean, it's just a little envelope journal, so I don't want to get too heavy. With the cover, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? That might work. All the little bits I throw in this little. Oh my gosh, some of this stuff is. Actually, I like this, but I'm not sure I like those pearls on there, so I think I might just take those off and then put one of these flowers with the pearl. I could put it there and cover up that edge and run this all the way across. Okay, those of you that are still awake and can chat, what do you think looks better? Leave the pearls on the tape and add, I got my hand in the way, a flower with the pearl over here. I could add 3, or do you think that's too much? Or do I take the pearls off the tape and replace those spots with one of these flowers with the pearl? So my question is, pearl off or leave the pearls on? So just say off or on. And Beck says 3. I don't know, 3. All right, so let's put this back. This I might be able to take apart and use, for something. Lena says leave them on. All right, Lena, you got it, kid. Leave the pearls and add the flower. Okay, Aunt Beck. Thank you. Thank you. Now, I think I like a little piece of this too. But see, I got all that new stuff too. All right. Here we go. Here we go. So I'm going to come more up to the middle. I'm going to snip this here. A little snipectomy. All right, let's take the pages out, Lori. And here comes the glue. Here comes the glue. Now, of course, what I didn't think about was, I think when I go to stitch in my pages, I'm going to try to catch this. So I have a little tie. I don't know, I just like the little ties. So this is getting low, and I really don't notice an odor with the, the Fabri-Tac stuff until the container gets lower and you're, trying to push it out, the glue out, and then that air comes out, and then you can smell the chemically smell. It doesn't bother me. It's not too terribly bad. But for a long time, I didn't think it had an odor. But it do. It do. Now, I could have grunged that up a little bit. Or, I don't know, sometimes why does it pop off the live? Like, you're not doing anything, you're not touching anything, and next thing you know, you realize, "Oh, hello, I'm not on live anymore." And I'm making comments about something that happened, 15 minutes ago. All right, so let's put that there to hide that, rough edge. I need more. Yeah, that looks cute. Look, see here, now we got a big old blob. I don't mind most glue on my fingers, but this Fabri-Tac I don't like on my fingers. Giving this a little haircut here. All right. Oh, Aunt Beck, I had a question for you, and then you had to scoot yesterday from Murray's meetup. I was going to show you the bag I started. That stitch on that bag that we're stitching around on the zipper. Do you know of another stitch? I'm not too crazy about that stitch, but something that it would have to be something somewhat dense, right? Or everything would fall, especially if you're not going to line your bag. If you're going to line your bag, it's not really going to matter. But if you want to line your bag, I'm not sure if it really needs anything up top. And I was thinking about inking around those, but you know what? They look pretty okay the way they are. I'm going to digress and show you back this real quick. So this is my first one. I mean, it makes a nice heavy bag. And I did 2 rows here of the single crochet. I like the way the top looks better. But I'm just, it kind of looks like a shell, right? I mean, is that a shell stitch? She doesn't really say on that video. But I was just wondering if when you were making yours, if you had another idea about what kind of a stitch would work there. Just curious. Inquiring minds. All right, so I think I want to use a little piece of this maybe to make something to put in this little pocket. Yeah, so this, Lena, how those little reels come up on YouTube? They're not reels. They don't call them reels. But like when you go on YouTube, you know, you'll see whatever live, if you are sub to somebody, you see their live come up if they're live, or you might see something else that but they have other stuff too that the algorithm is shooting to you depending on what you watch. So I watch crocheting and knitting stuff, and this gal was crocheting on a zipper. And she just kept going around and around and made that bag. Aunt Beck's making one, then she's putting a a handle on it to be a crossbody. It's adorable, and she's gonna line hers. So stinking cute. All right, so let me put some ink on this. Just to jazz this up a little bit. This, I'm going to cut some of this off, but I'm going to make a little book. I think. Methinks. Methinks. And then I have one of these credit card things. Let's do some. Let's see if I can get some. Put them this way. Get some lines in here. Let's go the same way. This is going to be rough. I can't even cut with my scissors a straight enough line. This is not going to be. This is going to be a rustic. Rustic. I don't want the blue. Okay, Aunt Beck says that's going to take a while. The strap, as I am doing single crochet with a size 10 cotton. Yeah. Okay. I took my, I think I took all my gun folders that I knew where they were into the other room. I need something to, where's my scissors? I have a glue bottle here, having other scissors right there. I have a glue bottle having a meltdown. So I don't want to cover up my tulips totally. I guess that'll be okay. All right, so let's get a little color on here. Get a little something on there. Let's see. Let's see what we got. I did have a little sprig. Oh, good grief, Lori. If I don't stop moving stuff, I always blame my husband. You're always moving stuff. All right, here's a little butterfly. We're just going to get part of it on here, but it's what I have handy. I think I did the wrong. Let's try. Good enough. I'm going to use my tiny attacher to just staple this. I like the idea of your lining in your bag, Aunt Beck's the color's gonna show through. All right, so I want the bent part inside, not on the outside. I'll just do 2. All right, so then it's going to have these pages inside when I stitch. And it's going to have this around here for a little tie. Now I'll make it a little longer. Got plenty there. And then I'll make some little tags or something to put in the pockets. Oh, I was going to stamp. Let me do that while I'm thinking of it. Okay, this has got to get cleaned up. And I misplaced my little red lid. Let's get that on and put that up. Let's get these scissors over here. Maybe I'll use the gathered twig. Let's gather twigs tonight. Hey, there's Julie Barker. Kathy D, hello, hello. All right, let's see here. I'll clean up a little bit. All right, where did I throw my... Oh, hubby's home. He's got the sneezers. Okay. I'm not sure that I want it stamped in here. So let's protect that. Of course, now I have my pearls because I didn't think about it ahead of time. So, note to self and everyone who's here, which I'm sure you all know, but Lori forgot. Stamp everything before you start gluing stuff on. I just feel like this needs a little something something here on the inside. This is going to be fiddly. A little fiddly. Janine Anderson. Question: why distress oxide and not distress ink? Well, because one reason for me is it Janine? Nice to meet you. Is that's what I had in the color that I wanted, and I just don't know why. I just mostly pick color, and I mostly have the neutral colors in the inks, and only a few of the fun colors, and I have a larger range of other colors in oxides. So for me, it's just personal preference and what I have available. I don't really know the science behind them. I'm sure there's a reason. Like I know this one, if I put it on my glass, I can use it as a paint. You probably can do that with the inks too, but I don't know. I haven't, really looked into that. If anybody in chat would know a reason why to use one versus the other, that will be helpful. I'm thinking Lena may have some knowledge in that area, but other than that, I don't really know. But thanks for asking. That probably doesn't really help you too much. So then having a couple of little, journal cards to slip in there would be nice. And I'm just deepening this here a little bit so I can see where that edge is. So these are going to go in here. And these are rat-a-tat. Now, I think for this particular one, I'm trying to get some stuff together so I can open up my Etsy shop and get some stuff in there. So I think for this one, it mostly will be like this way. Hey, Jen. And not, I probably won't decorate these pages. I'll probably just leave them for whoever to decorate and just add some ephemera to go in the pockets. But I think pretty much that one I would say is done, except for, you know, the stitching, the pages in, and then putting on, you know, a little tie. So that's really that. Well, I've been on 3 hours and I'm getting a little hungry for some grub. So I think I might let you go. Thanks, Janet. Yeah, well, that was the idea to show you, and most of you here would know. I'm mostly thinking about replayers. Hey, Eileen. Oh, Eileen's here. She knows. Okay, here you go, Janine. Eileen says this. Eileen is the expert here. Distress ink and all ink is all ink. Oxide is ink and pigment dye. Thank you, Eileen. Oh, it is early, Julie, for Julie. It's just about 6 a.m. for her. So that's it for me for today. I will be on again tomorrow evening. I'm not sure what I'm going to do tomorrow evening. Haven't thought that far ahead. That's how I always was with dinner. Didn't think that far ahead. Then I'm last minute getting something together. Eileen, can you use the inks like you can the oxides? Like if you put some on your glass or a palette and then use a paintbrush and paint with them? And the inks would have, I guess the ink would be more permanent, I would think. Let's see if Eileen answers that one. Yes. How about that? Okay, I'm going to have to try that. I haven't tried that. Cool. The oxides to me have more of a cloudy look, and the inks have more of a translucent look to me. I could be wrong about that, but that's how I see it. But, you know. All right, listen. I really appreciate you be here. Special thanks to Pam for my goodie box, my little package with all my goodies, and don't forget Ramona. If you want to check out, where's my mouse? Ramona Anderson. That is the pigment part. Okay, thanks, Eileen. I mean, it's if you can have both, it's nice to have both for sure. So here's Ramona's link to McCary, where I got all my cool stuff. If you go back to the beginning of the stream, you'll see the things I was able to get from her. So Anna's coming on at 5. That's Eastern Standard Time. She switched her time, so make sure you catch her. And then we've got Mary later this evening. And I think for me, that's like about 8:30 Eastern. I think it's 7:30 Central. And then I hope to see you all tomorrow. I'll be on around 6 Eastern. And got some other ideas of things I want to do. So I just don't know which project I'm going to pull out of the hat. We'll just see. So thanks so much, girls. Thanks to the replayers. I'll see you all soon. Don't forget, take time to be creative and enjoy the journey. And I'll see you soon. Have a good afternoon and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.